Stay hydrated, kids. Everything's fine. I'm fine. I say that so much. I'm never fine. This is a cry for help. It's a me. Baldio. No, we're done here. Cut the camera. Hi guys, welcome back to the Hideaway. It's still me, Douglas, and today we'll be breaking down the 11th entry into the Hideaway called Love Letters from a Hotel Room. And I really like this piece. I wrote this one 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And it's a very a simple piece. It's actually song lyrics, but it's a very simple piece, and it's like looking back on it now, it's just a very over dramatic soliloquy about how I don't like hookup culture. But it's just an interesting piece. There's a lot to unpack there because obviously I'm in the LGBTQIA+ community. I actually have 2 videos prior to doing the Hideaway on this channel still, talking about my sexuality and things like that. So if you want to go check those out, cool. But long story short, you know, when you're in your early 20s in that community, you do a lot of reckless things. And I think I was just reflecting on yeah, part of me was oh, this is fine, and everyone does this, everyone goes through that phase, but when you're really trying to find love and seeking it out, it's tough when your conceptions of a community that you're a part of are negative. And I'm working on that, but that's just a little context about it. So it's a little short piece, so we're gonna try and keep it short today, short and sweet and cute, as we do. So we'll go ahead and start breaking it down. We're always on the go, down the unforgiving road of lust we go. So, and that's kind of the setup is obvious right there. It's so we're on the go, and I kind of just imagine you're just, you know, I'm trying to choose my words carefully because I'm not trying to hate on, you know, hookup culture, but I kind of am. So we're always on the go, meaning that instead of stopping for the night you wouldn't get in a relationship, you're stopping, you're always on the go. And I made sure to put down the road of lust we go, because obviously when you're dealing with, you know, one night stand hookups, things like that, it's not really there's a difference between love and lust. And I really wanted to emphasize that here. Catch me or let me fall at your feet. And so I thought it was interesting because, you know, the whole imagery of when you fall head over heels for someone, you're falling for them, but in this you kind of flip it to where you would want someone to catch you, or you would let them fall at your feet versus you're being swept off your feet by being in love. So I thought it was a fun little switcheroo. And again, the conflict of, you know, wanting to fall in love versus doing the deed. 1,000 bruises on my thighs, 1,000 kisses through your lies, 1,000 reasons to say goodbye. And again, very overdramatic and and just overdramatic, but it's basically just detailing, you know, the consequences of all the one-night stands. I'm just gonna leave it like that because I don't want to get too explicit. This is a family channel. It's basically again, these were meant to be song lyrics, so it's more vague and mysterious, and again, overdramatic and sensual. So we'll move on to our next section. I'm always the last to know. You told me that I couldn't know. And so again, that's when I think of that line, I always think in my mind, if I go and meet someone, or I guess when this was all happening, in my mind I would go meet someone and it would be more than just that. So it's I'm the last to be on the end on the joke. The joke is that we're not gonna see each other again. And so them saying I'm saying you told me I couldn't know, and that's basically them saying No, dude. You're the last to know because you aren't supposed to know. I drank down the truth like bleach. And it feels like a weird throwaway there because like, of course, it's like when you drink bleach, things happen. Again, it's like very melodramatic and like thinking like, oh, I'll never find love, so I'm gonna kill myself. It's very Romeo and Juliet almost. And so like the truth of knowing that like all this is gonna lead nowhere was very like, it's meant to be heartbreaking. A million wasted nights, a million walks under the moonlight, a million ways to get it right. And so that's just more reminiscing on like the things that have transpired. And you know, you can have a million scenarios running through your head about like what could have been, what would have happened if I didn't go, or if, you know, we saw each other again, like those types of things. But it all just felt like a waste of time because one night stands be one night stands, y'all. All right, so our next section, which would have been the chorus, you guys get it at this point. And here I am again, descending from a hotel room. And I think it's interesting, especially reworking it into a poem where I don't repeat it. It's interesting to like, we're talking about like the consequences and like that fallout of it. And then I go, and here I am again. So all the times where I was like, oh, this is stupid. I don't want just a hookup. I want more. But I was still going to these hotel rooms and like meeting these strangers and like doing these things. So it's obviously like conflicted emotions because I want that connection and I obviously want more. So I'm gonna keep going back for more. Desperate slut. Alone in my thoughts. Alone because I'm alone. They left me. Your scent lingers in my clothes that were tossed and ashamed on the floor. And so more just like that reminiscing, and we've talked about unrequited love a lot, but it's very much that like remembering someone that you shouldn't really be remembering. Call me your lover, call me a stranger. And that's again, it kind of goes back to catch me, let me fall at your feet. So it's like, we have two options here. And it's always the latter. I'm always gonna be the one getting hurt. Although I'm lost, it's never a wonder. And I like that line because I really wanted to play on, there's that quote, all those who wander are not lost. And obviously I changed it to wonder instead of wander, but I wanted to like have that reference there. So I'm basically saying that like, I'm like confused like by my actions, but it's like, it's obviously very obvious why I'm lost. Descending from a hotel room. So like we started this verse with here I am again descending, so like I'm leaving and now I'm like contemplating and reminiscing. So descending from a hotel room and into another. So again, it's like I'm leaving feeling this way of like, you know, emptiness or whatever, but I'm going back for more. So messy. Messy, desperate slut. Put that on my tombstone. So the last section here, very short, kind of like it. I feel like this rap, like it kind of like speaks to what the piece really is. So it's cute. To say goodbye is to say it's done. To stay the night is to say you're the one. So again, it's that imagery that's been here throughout the entire piece. When we say goodbye, we're saying it's done. But if I were to stay the night, would you think I'm the one? That's kind of that thought process. So again, it's like the what ifs, it's a million ways to get it right. How do you get it right? I don't know. 3 a.m. is my cup of tea. So here we are. Well, it's actually like, it's 6 a.m. I'm getting better. Last time it was 4 a.m., but it's 6 a.m. currently. So it's 3 a.m. is my cup of tea. So it's like all your bad decisions happen in the middle of the night. I think it's from How I Met Your Mother, where it's like, don't stay up after 2 a.m. because no good decisions happen after 2 a.m. And that's very true, especially when I was in my early 20s. And just, again, reckless and, as my friends would say, lawless. I was lawless. But again, it's the conflicting nature of it is like, if I'm looking for love, you're not going to find it at 3 a.m. in a stranger's hotel room. Like, what were you thinking? So 3 a.m. is my cup of tea. The love you give is never quality. And one, I wanted to rhyme there because it was supposed to be a song, so you want to rhyme. It sounds nice. But I didn't use the word lust, I used the word love. And again, I think it's important because you start saying we're getting lust, but now I'm like comparing it to love, and it's like I'm still lost. Like I'm still delusional about it. So obviously it's not love, unless you want to just refer to love as like, nope, sorry, that was gross. But again, very like purposeful like distinctions and like why I'm using love here and why I used lust in the beginning. We're going on a journey, people. And then I ended the piece by saying, but here I am again. Because I did, when I wrote the song, that was the start of the final chorus, was instead of and I'm here again, but here I am again. And again, it's like I'm contemplating, I'm like saying like don't do this, and like you're not going to get what you want out of it, but here I go again to try. I'm trying. There's a million ways to get it right. I'm gonna get it right one of these tries. Okay, so that was Love Letters from a Hotel Room. And it's actually one of my favorite titles of a song that I've done because it is like, it's a love letter to a hotel room, essentially. And I like it. But that's it. Very cool. I told you, very, very short, sweet, cute, and simple today. So thank you guys for listening and hanging out. I can say the next entry will be coming very, very soon. I am trying to get as many pieces out as I can before the new year because I will be taking a break in January. So stay on the lookout. We're coming in hot with some good. For some reason, my phone stopped recording as I was doing my outro, but I was just saying goodbye and thanks for coming to the Hideaway, and we'll see you shortly.